Thanks everyone for being here today. You know, in honor of it being back to school time, do you all remember those reports you used to do when you first went back to school about how did you spend your summer? Well, I can tell you how I spent mine, and it was very much on the Mayor's Steering Committee on a very exciting project, the Redskins training camp project. And we've had a very involved process. This is a process that really kicked off in depth on June 29th. When the mayor convened the first meeting of over 30 participants with many business leaders from throughout the community. And Mayor Jones, I just want to thank you on behalf of the committee for giving us an opportunity to serve the community in this way and work together side by side on this very important project and something that I think can create a real world-class opportunity for the city. Now, as you know, we began this project with a fairly wide funnel. In fact, we looked at over 12 sites as potential sites for the Redskins training camp during the course of our work. And there were many variables to consider. There were the Redskins' needs, there were our needs, there are project execution and management considerations as well. But one thing we really knew is we had to make a realistic assessment, and we had to do so in a short time frame. So today, we're pleased to present our findings to the mayor in a comprehensive report, and this report focuses on 2 locations for the city's final consideration. Our report recommends the city stadium and the Lee Street site just behind the Science Museum as viable sites for this undertaking, and you'll hear me refer to the latter site as the Science Museum site. Now, our committee has come to these recommendations after considering various evaluation criteria, and these criteria can be grouped into 5 categories, and you'll see in your media packages an exhaustive list of these criteria which the city has prepared for you. But in short, we measured against these 5 categories, one being football operations, another being the fan experience, another being development considerations, and by that I mean things like land acquisition, zoning and entitlement processes. How fast could you get a project completed and do so with the quality that you wanted? 4th was potential uses at all other times of the year when the Redskins aren't in camp. And 5th are economic development considerations like business opportunities, tourism impacts, how it catalyzes a given neighborhood or surrounding area as well. But using these screens and what I can only call is a very disciplined assessment approach, we were fairly quick to move from 12 sites down and eliminated 5, moved through 3 more, and got really down to what we thought were the 4 most compelling sites for deeper assessment. And these included the Boulevard site, Virginia Union University, City Stadium, and the Science Museum site. And when you review the site evaluation criteria in your packages, you'll see some very tangible examples of things we had to consider, like could you fit side-by-side placement of the fields? How could you incorporate a field house to serve the team? What about fan needs? What about parking needs, sponsor areas, and so on? Now, implementation schedules and cost estimates were an important part of our considerations as well, and we've gone deep in those areas. So as a result, we are quite confident that what we're presenting to the mayor represents the most compelling sites for his and the administration's consideration. I do want to touch briefly on how we organize the work of the committee because it's quite relevant to where we are and where we're going and the work that remains to be done. We organized into 2 work groups. We had a site evaluation subcommittee and we had a funding sponsorship subcommittee as well. Today's report represents primarily the work of the site evaluation subcommittee in concert with the overall committee, and I would note that the full steering committee is in agreement with these recommendations. Now, the next critical stage involves the ongoing work and role of the funding and sponsorship subcommittee. We will be working with the city to develop and finalize financing options, identify potential partners and sponsors, and finalize a sponsorship solicitation package based on a sponsorship framework that's already been created. So we're very pleased to present the site's recommendation to you, Mayor, today.
Thank you.
Thank you again on behalf of the committee, and I yield the floor to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, I want to spend a minute to thank Mike Frazier and all of the partners that have helped us to get to this particular time and this particular point in this endeavor. But before I do that, and so many have worked so hard, we have such a tremendous corporate community who have stepped up to the plate for this endeavor. But before I get to that, I want you to know how pleased I am that so many good forces have pulled together to position Richmond to take advantage of this great opportunity, really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And we're at a point now where we have two very good sites to consider, and we believe that the process that was used to get to this point has been a very effective one, and we're very pleased with it. And so as we move on from here, I know that that's what you want to know, is that we're going to be using some criteria to come to a final decision. We want to find a location that will clearly stimulate a particular sector or street or corridor in the city for growth and revitalization. We want a site that is going to impact tourism and retail activity. We also are looking for a site that will have minimal execution risks, and a site that activates a solid financial strategy in order to maintain the support that we're going to need in order to move forward. And so with that being said, I want to really thank some people who have done such a wonderful job. Mike Frazier has been our quarterback. He has spent a large portion of his summer over the past weeks guiding this work. And Mike, we really do appreciate all that you have done. I also want to thank Drew Gould from the Timmons Group and Jay Hugo from the 3 North Group. Thank you, gentlemen, for the work that you've done. We are further along than we ever thought we would be because of your help. And also from the city, Jane Ferrara and Lee Downing from our economic development team. They've done yeoman's work in this regard, and we really want to express our appreciation to them for all that they have done. We believe that we have a wonderful opportunity here, and we want to take advantage of it. We have a tight time frame in order to make this work for the Redskins. All of this work has got to be done by time for the training of the 2013 training season, but we believe that we are on the path to be able to get that done. So thank you so much once again.